Mickey Hawkins, outside London Stadium, West Ham Fan TV. Mike, disappointing result today.
Do you know what? I know Man U won the game, but I don't think they were the better side at all. Really don't. I think they didn't really do that much. They weren't as effective as us with the ball, despite the scoreline, despite the win. I don't begrudge Lingard the goal at all. Don't begrudge him the goal whatsoever. Don't begrudge him the winner. But one thing I'm really, really disappointed about and still really peed off about is the manager's decision to bring a player on that hasn't even played in the game, and you're bringing him on, one, because you're expecting him to score a penalty because of his record, and two, you're putting that pressure on him, and three, he's also not match fit, but he's sort of not, in the rhythm of the rest of the... And I think, personally, that shows a disrespect to the rest of the players on that pitch, of our players. Do not tell me, do we not have a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth penalty taker? I thought to myself, maybe it's going to be Declan Rice, maybe it's going to be Lanzini, who's not long come on. But overall, I don't actually think we played badly at all today, really. I thought it was a really entertaining game of football. I enjoyed watching it. Shame at the end, there were a few ugly scenes. So especially where I was sat, I had two Man U fans behind me who...
Always going to happen.
Well...
Always going to happen today.
But do you know what? I just think that the clubs should do more about it, because that could have turned into an absolute riot, really. I mean, I was.
What was they doing, Mike?
Basically, they celebrated after Lingard scored, and also when Noble actually missed his penalty, they started getting a little bit cocky towards the fans behind them, and obviously to West Ham fans behind them. And I don't think that was clever at all. I think they were very brave, and I was actually getting pretty angry myself, to be honest, because I was literally in the row in front of them. I was like in row 4 of Bobby Moore lower, and I was absolutely fuming. But look, that shouldn't take away from look. That's only our first loss. That's our first loss in 5. Had we come away from this game with a draw today, I don't think it would have been an unfair result at all. I think on the balance of play, I think it would have been a fair result. And I think there were some decisions in that game as well that I think on another day probably could have gone against us. Also, I want to single one player out, because that's the first time I've seen him play live. That's Zuma. Zuma was clearing his lines really, really well. He was marshalling Ronaldo really well. I thought Ronaldo didn't really get much of a sniff of anything apart from the fact that a ball, I believe, was it Fabianski, spilled it, and I think Ronaldo's literally like standing no closer to what I am to you right now, and the ball just went in off him. Yeah. So he was probably surprised to have scored it as well. But look, I mean, obviously it's very, very gutting to lose and not get the point in the fashion that the game ended. But it's not. It's not the end of the world. We're still looking every single game that I see us play. I mean, yes, we were tiring towards the end. I think we could see that from us. But obviously, Man U was probably tiring a little bit. But I think Man U had maybe just an extra little bit of quality and that extra bit of luck. But as I say, I don't think they were the better side today.
You're happy with today's performance?
I'm happy with the overall performance, yeah.
All right, mate.
Cheers, Nick.
Thank you very much.
I'm on your
Cheers.
lines. Yeah,
Thank you.
cheers, Nick.